Dundas BI has some very interesting functionality when it comes to version control, revision history, and change management in general. I like to brag. So if you look at other BI software, this concept can either be non-existent or sort of a hack of an add-on. Let me show you why something like this is needed if you want enterprise-level business intelligence. And there is one popular tool on the market. I'll refrain from naming names because I'm Canadian. But regarding this tool, I stumbled upon a forum post that basically is reminding users to be careful of using the system at the same time because they're going to step on each other's toes and they have to manage this manually. Now imagine being in a large corporation where you've got thousands of employees creating content and using the system, and they have to worry about manually not doing the same thing at the same time. Yikes. The communication in an organization is usually so bad that coordinating coffee is a problem. So I can imagine this being a really big problem in a large org. Let's take a look at how Dundas BI solves this problem. Oh, and I'm Jeff, and this is Off the Charts with Jeff. What? No. I usually have some kind of joke at that point, but I think expecting companies to communicate manually is probably joke enough. And this is Off the Charts with Jeff. Something like this isn't typically what people think about when they evaluate BI tools, as a lot of evaluations are kind of superficial and subjective. If you're still in the market, I hope you don't forget to evaluate each tool on general enterprise readiness. Otherwise, you could be stuck with the consequences for potentially years to come. No good. In Dundas BI, you can create content, dashboards, metric sets, data models, everything. You can see a button here for check-in and check-out, and it's there for every object. See here on the right how a checked-in content doesn't have an icon on it? This means that anyone who wants to edit the content can, and they simply check it out to themselves. Content checked out to you will have a green check mark, and if it's checked out to someone else, it'll have a red check mark. Now, if an object is checked out to someone else, you can still use it. All that means is that you're going to have an older version. They're going to be working on a new one as they have it checked out, and when you access that, it's going to be sort of the previous one. As soon as they hit check-in, then what's going to happen is the new one becomes the new one, and anybody accessing that content would see the latest version. This actually allows you to work on content even while someone else is using it, so there's no downtime in between revisions if you want to work that way. Now, from time to time, you will have people who will check something out, forget to check it back in, go for coffee, and if this is you, on my server, may you be chased by a goose. Luckily enough, administrators have the ability to transfer check-in to themselves and either discard the changes or forcibly check in that content. This is great and immediately solves the issue of, let's call it Arial. Now there's another huge upside to this check-in, check-out model, and that's the revision history. Every time a check-in is made, the history of that object is saved, and you can revert back to other versions of that object whenever you want. No need to create copies of multiple objects with different names or variations while you're testing. Create one, have different check-ins for different save points. It's fantastic. It also means that new users can play with changes that they might not understand the consequence of. Let's say you want to try a feature, but you don't know what it's going to do, and you don't know how to undo it. This is super helpful. Check it in, make your change, don't like it, undo checkout, no harm done. As you can see, this stuff is super useful and a must-have for enterprise use with business intelligence. Now, if this topic is something that's interesting to you, check out a video that we have called Enterprise Level Security Basics in Dundas BI. This will show you the power of a system designed for enterprise use, even from a security standpoint. Hope this helps, and thanks for watching.